dirty. And we do have... Wow!
Oh no!
You gotta be kidding
Oh
me.
my goodness!
After a qualifying session that saw Nathan Stapleton claim pole position, it's time for the main event. And, well, yes, not many people look forward to it. After what happened at Talladega, I'm pretty sure no team owner would care about that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 12 of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series. Welcome to the O'Reilly Auto Parts 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. Hello everybody, my name is Alex Vitale, and to briefly explain what happened in qualifying, Nathan Stapleton claimed his first pole position of the year, and yes, this time I did check I did check that it's officially the first ever pole position that Stapleton got for 2025. And starting alongside him is Jeffrey Finguy, and of course the rest of the field, which are becoming the and of course for the rest of the top 10, which we're going to explain in detail when the race begins, is formed of the usual suspects. But there's not much to be said there. However, there is one mistake that I want to correct, that being that I'm pretty sure during qualifying I said that Nathan Stapleton was still the championship leader, which he's not. He actually lost the lead of the championship at Talladega. And now the current championship leader is Roberto Jr., who is starting in, I believe, should be 4th or 5th. Hold on a minute, he's starting in... No, he's starting 6th. Crown is starting in 6th, so... Yeah, I want to apologize for that mistake. And, speaking of mistakes... well, it's not exactly a mistake, but... actually, I don't have a good lead up for this, so I'm just gonna say it. For the first time in a very, very long time, I am not alone in the booth. That's right, Frank Cooper is back. Dude, I missed you.
Did you miss me that much?
I mean, yeah. I mean, oh god, I mean, just tell him how many times we tried to get you in the booth, but you couldn't for one reason or another.
Too many times. He calls me up like I'm a fucking girlfriend. But yeah,
no swearing, buddy. But yeah, anyway, so. Yeah, of course, I also tried getting a hair gel on it, but unfortunately time zones are what they are, so yeah. Now, about you, Frank. Texas has gained this bad reputation of having awful racing, but since this is the PSRLA, and more often than not we get things that don't exactly make much sense in a positive way, you think we're actually going to get a exciting race here?
I got no idea. It can go either way. I hope the racing is good, but like you said, this track got a reputation for the bad racing. But I hope we get proven wrong today.
Now, one of the biggest stories coming out of last week was that three owners of the three teams, those being Sebastian Kang for Williams and Racing, Purab Shirastava for PS Motorsport, and Jackson Kelsey for Fargo King Racing, have been ousted out of their role, of the team owner roles, because due to inactivity. And now they got Carson Miller, Aubrey Gardner, and Aubrey Gardner and Genius D'Amelio. And now the question that I want to ask you is, even though, do you think now with two new ownership, those teams can mount up a charge for the rest of the season, or you think that's pretty much over for them, considering we're around 12 and we're not that far away from the playoffs?
I think they can definitely make a march up, but will they reach the playoffs? I doubt it. But I think it is a good decision to switch up team owners like this, because otherwise the drivers are just stuck with an inactive team owner for a whole season, and that's obviously not fun.
And of course, we know a certain team owner that in the World Cup Series that did just that last year, but Yeah, of course, if you know, you know. But yeah, despite
Oh, I also know one this season.
what?
Oh, I mean, I also know owner this season who doesn't do their writing.
Uh, and anyway, I think we pretty much exhausted all the topics we want to talk. We were going to talk about. So, guess what, folks? It's time for racing.
Drivers, start your engines.
The command has been given. These drivers will roll on the track any second now. And here they go. And as for qualifying, as we stated, Nathan Stapleton will claim pole position. Second will be Jeffrey Fengai. Then will be Tom Sloan, Hank Gutierrez, Zane Davidson, Rook Brown Jr., Jennifer Harrison, Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan Little, and Gary Momadell, Mr. Second Place, rounding out the top 10. And now time for the question that I haven't asked in a bit of a while. Who do you think is going to win this?
I think it will be our pole position man, Nathan Stapleton. I think he's in a good position, especially if he gets a good start.
So your pick is Nathan Stapleton. And one thing that I forgot to mention in the intro that yeah, Stapleton lost the lead of the championship, but of course he's hoping to gain it back today here at Texas. But of course also depend on the result of Roberto Brown Jr. And right now, Checker Flag Motorsport has been one of the best Chevrolet teams on the grid, so it's not going to be an easy task, but of course you never know. As the pace car pulls into the pits any second, is going to pull into the pits any second now. There he is. Stapleton and Fengai will lead us to the green flag for the Gecko restart. So they go. Green flag is in the air. We're away at Texas. And Tom Sloan will lead lap number 1. Second is Fitz, then it's Stapleton, then it's Fengai, then it's Davidson, Harrison, then Crown is dealt with Avery Alford. As you saw, there was a bit of a scramble for the position behind them. As Sloan is putting a bit of a gap on Stapleton. These two guys have a big gap towards Fengai. Davidson, Harrison, Crown, Alford, we got Momadell, Little, Gutierrez, and Fitzwater.
Not the best start from Stapleton, but he's still P2, and he's gonna try and hunt down 43 as we have smoke.
Okay. Ooh, caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution.
Jack Haas and Skylar Taylor, the winner Talega, look to be involved. Maybe Simon Oskin as well. There's Andrew Williams, or that's Bradley Ream actually. And there's William Ayers. Of course, everybody's going to pull into there's a bunch of people that are going to pull into the pits, including the Giacomo, Davenport. The two Aegis cars are going to pull into the pits, so does Duncan Ward. But Sloan is still staying out, as is Fengai. Stapleton is pitting, as is Davidson. So yeah, not even 4 laps in, and we have already some chaos. Now, of course, we will have to see if these guys are going to pit or not. I don't think they are going to, but there is Ream trying to catch up to the field. Let's see. Actually, let's see if these drivers are going to pull into the pits or not. I would assume no. It's been super early, but you never know.
We have weird things happen here in the past.
And let's see, they're crossing. They're not going down. They're not going down the apron, so it's very likely they're not going to hit. Doesn't look like it. No. So with that, let's see the replay to see what caused the first caution of the race. First caution of the race, we're looking at Jack Haas. Into 1 and 2 they go, and look at Briley Ream. A teammate essentially pushes Haas into a half spin, not helped by Sam and Oskin. Haas is glocking the tires, and look at Skylar Taylor. Taylor hits Oskin. As Ream and Haas get into the wall, Haas is going to hit Taylor. Chain reaction. Taylor hits Oskin as well, and unfortunately for both Taylor and Haas, the damage they got is enough to pretty much to put them out of the race.
As you see, here's Jack Haas, and he's getting pushed by his teammate, and this causes them to spin, and 4 cars get involved as they all crash into the outside wall, and a very hard hit from all of them.
And as we stated, that is enough to cause both Taylor and Haas to retire from the race. And honestly, it's actually a big shame for Taylor because she won at Talladega last week, but unfortunately, she will finish the race either in 40th or 39th. And with that, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here at Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 400. We're coming out of the first caution of the race. And our top 10 is Tom Sloan, Jeffrey Fingay, Jonathan Carrison, Roberto Crown Jr., Ari Alford, Gary Movidel, Ryan Little, Aga Gutierrez, Zachary Fitzwater, and Andrew Williams. As for retirements, because yes, we got retirements, Skylar Taylor is out of the race, as is Jack Haas. So yeah, from the top to the bottom for Skylar Taylor in 1 week. But in the meantime, we're focusing on Sloan as the pace car is going to pull into the pits. They're going for the backstretch. There we go. They're gonna go side by side for the restart. Let's hope there's gonna be they're not gonna go 3-4 wide right out of the gate like what happened with the start at the start.
I hope so, at least. Otherwise, we're gonna have a very crash-heavy race.
And after Talladega, I'm pretty sure nobody wants that. The pace car is going to pull into the pits. So we're going to back in the green any minute now, any second now. And back in the green we go. And looks like Harrison had a good launch of the start. He's already going to fall. He's already going for the lead on the inside of his teammate. They're going to make it 3 wide into 1 and 2. And the Harrison is going to take the lead away from his teammate in Sloan. Now Sloan has to watch himself from Fingay. Fingay is good to the rear of that Chevrolet. But there goes Ryan Little on the inside of the front. They move 3 wide between Alford, Crown and the Little. And Crown is going to back out. Now he has to deal with his other teammate, Movidel. And Fingay is glued to the rear of Sloan as Carrison puts a bit of a safety gap. There goes Fingay on the inside of Sloan for second place. Into 2-1. And Fingay is going to take second place. Can he clear the free car? Able Motorsports car? Yes, he can. There we go. Jeffrey Fingay out to second place. And now Carrison is a big gap from the 41 car, who is searching for his 4th win of the season. In the meantime, Roberto Crown Jr. had a very, very bad start. Right now, they should be glad that Stapleton is way behind them. He's way behind them. But they're slowing down. Do we have another caution? Ooh, that's Davidson and Johnson.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's one of your guys. That's one of your guys and one of my guys. So, yeah, that sucks.
Can we just have a normal race for once?
And of course, also Neely had some damage to that Toyota. And Egan Stapleton is going to pull into the pits once again. So is Sal Stride, so is Troy Williams Jr., so are Evans and Beal, and maybe I think Keys, Torres, and as we stated, Neely. Somebody else are going to... oh, everybody pulled into the pits. Okay, never mind. And Sloan, it looks like he's going to win this battle off of pit road. Second is going to be Alfred. That is Allianz Jr., Crown. But Williams and De Oliveira should be the leaders because they decided not to pit.
Or are they left down?
Honestly, I don't know. And no, never mind. They're no, they're not. No, they're not. They're not. They're on the lead lap actually. And Zane Davidson is retired. Zane Davidson is retired, so that damage was fatal for his car. And no, I believe that now Williams and De Oliveira are leading the race. I think. Actually, let's see what the ticker is going to say once they cross the line. But okay, let me guess. Let me check. Let me double check again. No, it's Williams, Torres, Monaco, Miller, Perez, Nicol, Ayers, Gardner, Ward, Parton, Koshmar, Giacomo, D'Amelio, and no, it's not them. Okay. So let's see.
It is many people.
It is a lot of people, but but I'm pretty sure it's not these two guys. Let's see what the ticker says, and nope, there's no. Apparently, Jonathan Carrison's still the leader, but where is he? Where is Carrison? He's there. There's Carrison. So maybe are they all up down?
I don't know anymore. The ticker is weird.
Okay, as well this is trying to figure itself out. Let's check the route. Let's see what caused the second caution of the race. Caution number 2, we're looking at Zane Davidson, unfortunately one of your guys, Frank, and look at what Davidson does. He's trying to cut back on the main straight, but I guess he didn't see Neely or misjudged it, but he's basically going to cut back on Neely. That's going to cause a chain reaction that involves Torres, Johnson. Keys was involved with the wreck with Neely before. Also, Koshmar, Ayers, Nicol, Perez got involved. And also, Parton, Oskin again, D'Amelio, Davenport, then it's Gardner, then it's Duncan Ward. And yeah, this was a bona fide mess. And unfortunately, the damage that Davidson got is, of all the cars that got damaged in this wreck, Davidson is the one that suffered the most because that damage effectively caused them to officially put that car, to junk that car out of the race.
We're looking at Shane Davidson here, who's on the outside lane, and he soon tries to go to the inside and hooks the 51 there and causes a chain reaction, which causes a massive pileup with multiple cars involved. And this causes Shane Davidson sadly to retire from the race.
Okay, if I have to be honest, we've seen a lot of weird stuff, but honestly, that's actually kind of impressive. That's actually a really cool crash. I am actually impressed with that. I'm actually kind of impressed.
Pretty realistic, yeah.
But anyway, outside of that, with that out of the way, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here at Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 400. We're coming out of the second caution, and right now the top 10 should be Jonathan Carrison, Jeffrey Finguy, Ryan Little, Reggie Fogelman, Tom Sloan, Avery Alford, Ali Anderson Jr., Roberto Crown Jr., and then it should be Andrew Williams and Bernard De Oliveira, who I thought they were going to be the leaders, but judging by the times, looks like these guys might be a lap down. So we were saying this. A lot of people were looking forward to this race after the chaos of Talladega. Well, I take back that statement.
I'm not even gonna comment on this because it is not what I hoped it to be, but we got to live with it.
As the pace car is going to pull into the pits, and they're going 3 and 4, and also then that also want to say that Dane Davidson is also retired for I guess the damage that he sustained in the crash. As we're going back on the green right now, there we go. And looks like Finga is going to get a good launch of the start, unless Carrison has anything to say about it. Carrison has the better line. They're going to be side by side, almost wide. Now they're going to be completely side by side. As Little goes for the lead, battling with Finga into the backstretcher. Sloan also pulled to the rear of the other Allen Motorsports car. And ooh, they're so close. Don't do anything stupid. Carrison is gonna leave unless, and the caution is running once again, and that's Davenport, Stapleton, and Ward.
Keep it together for one lap, guys.
De Oliveira, and De Oliveira is out. De Oliveira is not moving. He's definitely out. Okay, there's something wrong with Keith's car, or maybe it was just... Okay.
Aye.
And now at this point... so, Carrison, Finga, basically the top 4 are going to pull into the pits. And right now, as you saw, only 8 drivers are on the lead lap. And actually, this should actually bring everybody back on the lead lap. So maybe not all is bad. So I would hope this is going to, at least would hope that's going to bring everybody back on the lead lap, but I doubt it. I think that's Williams Jr. There's Johnson. Everybody else is leaving the pits. Stapleton. There's pretty much Finguy also is pitting. There is Stapleton. So I think that's pretty much game over on Stapleton's hopes to win the race and claim the championship lead back. Especially considering that.
There goes my pick.
Especially considering that now he's right now. Unless the ticker, unless we wait updates on the ticker, is a lap down compared to this guy in Crown. But yeah, and with that, let's see the replay to see what caused the third caution of the race. Caution number 3. We couldn't even make it 5 laps, but we're looking at Trevor Williams Jr. They're coming into the backstretch, and I guess he misjudged it because he's gonna send Charlie Davenport into Nathan Stapleton, sending the 48 and the 50 and then the 79 into a spin, and Anderson cannot avoid Davenport. Davenport and Stapleton that's gonna send Davenport, Trevor Williams Jr. and Stapleton on the wrong side of the track, and there's also Duncan Ward who smashes into both the Davenport and Stapleton, and also gets hit on the rear by Bradley Ream, as Tanner Parton gets hit by Oscan, and also he nearly hits the 55 car, and unfortunately that damage is enough to once again cause Duncan Ward to retire.
We are looking at Trevin Williams Jr. now, who is pushing the car in front of him too hard, which causes a wreck which Duncan Ward just bows into, and causes a big wreck, of which Duncan Ward retires.
And also
and something happened else.
We need to take a look at that as well, but And oh, yep, there goes Duncan Ward.
Oh,
There goes Duncan Ward. So
yeah.
I guess now we need to check what happened between Ayers and Gutierrez. As that was happening, we're looking at Gutierrez and watch it. This is going to be pretty bad. Gutierrez essentially gets too close to De Oliveira. The two came in contact and straight into the wall. And yep, Gutierrez starts flipping. De Oliveira is already out, and Gutierrez rolls in over in, and Keys just in the background hits dead on De Oliveira as Gutierrez keeps flipping, and that is I'm surprised nobody and there was no one managed to make any contact with him. Actually, no, never mind. Johnson smashes into Gutierrez. So yeah, that was actually okay. Well, hold on a second. What is Perez doing? And ooh, never mind. He managed to squeeze past by, as does Nicole. But yeah, that was actually no. Come on. And nope. Williams makes contact. Yeah, we saw there in the replay. So yeah, and there goes Gutierrez. Gutierrez is inevitably out of the race.
We are looking at Gutierrez, who's just driving along as he gets hit in the side and just gets into the barrier and gets flipped and does a couple of barrel rolls before finally landing and gets hit a bit after just to make sure his car's dead and gets hit another time.
Well,
and yeah.
I don't think I'm not sure. No, actually, no. Actually, no, this is the second race where somebody has flipped. The only difference is that Rowe actually flipped and he couldn't make it. Did not land on all four tires. But yeah, this is the second flip in 2 races. There, and this is the second flip in 2 races. So yeah. And with that, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here at Texas Motor Speedway for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 400. We're coming out of the 3rd caution. And the top 10 currently is Tom Sloan, Ali Anderson Jr., Avery Alford, Roberto Brown Jr., Jonathan Carrison, George Fogelman, Ryan Little, Jeffrey Finguy, and Zachary Fitzwater, who's a lap down. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. Only 8 cars are on the lead lap. And remember, we're in Texas, not Bristol. So yeah, this is shipping up already to be our race of all time, possibly worse than Talladega. And also,
well, guys, we've hit a new low. Time to crack open beer.
Oh god. Also, yeah, and ooh. Okay, so Trevor Williams Jr. is out for no fuel. Possibly he had a punctured fuel cell. Then, of course, you saw there Roberto Oliveira retired. Then Angel Gutierrez and Duncan Ward also are out of the race. So that's actually an interesting DNF for Troy Williams Jr. That almost never happens. So in that crash, you must have a punctured fuel cell. But in the meantime, pace car's going to pull into the pits. We're going green once again. Let's see if we can actually get more than 2 laps of green flag racing. Here we go. There goes. You saw that Fogelman immediately on the aggressive side, trying to overtake Crown. But of course, you cannot overtake until you cross the finish line. As they go 3 wide once again, Carrison, Anderson, and Little. They're so close. They somehow managed to make it stick. Brown is on the 20 car. There goes Brown. Ooh, that was a score moment between Little, Movidel, and Fitzwater. Fitzwater is going to trade over Movidel on the inside. Ooh. Okay, I thought we saw a wreck, but we didn't, fortunately. So there's Alford. Glutton is getting ever so closer to the able car of Tom Sloan. There goes on the inside, Alford over 3 and 4. Can he make an overtake? And nice and easy, Avery Alford in the lead of the O'Reilly Auto Parts 400. Let's see, are still green, so we finally managed to make at least 2 laps on the green. At least I would have so. But there's Anthony Nicol with the PSRLA branded now a PSRLA branded modified car as a Sabanaskin. And there goes Sloan again on the inside of Alfred. Alfred's gonna almost hit the wall, but Sloan is going to take the lead on an aggressive move. That was actually an impressive move by Tom Sloan. And now he has put a gap between himself and the 23 car. That was actually that was really impressive, wasn't it?
That was some very close racing, and we got a new leader for a second, and but it's very close.
As Movadel, you saw they're overtook Ryan Little for. Actually, no, has not overtaken for position because Movadel is a lap down. Right now, he's in 10th. And now the next car is the next car that he has to overtake. The car that is actually for position, at least for him, is this man, Zachary Fitzwater. In the meantime, Crown Anderson and Crown Anderson have catched up to Avery Alford, who is himself catching up to Tom Sloan. Need to remind you, all the 8 cars are on the lead lap, so pretty much there goes Evans on the inside of Little, but he is a lap down, so it's not going to be for position. I would assume Little's just going to let him go. While Carrison is not for position, he's actually for 5th place. He's going to use the draft from Evans, and there he goes. Carrison up to 5th place as Little almost crashes into Torres. And Torres is a lap car. So, yeah, Carrison up to 4th place, and not to 5th place, sorry. But he actually took a good use and he took absolute advantage of the black car of Luke Evans, didn't he? Back up front, there goes Fitzwater on a super aggressive move on Roberto Crown Jr. The guy is trying to get himself all lapped. Now he's got Anderson, but Alford is glued to the rear of Sloan. Let's see if he's going to attempt an attack on the backstretch. Although it looked like they were slowing down, but no caution. There goes Fitzwater, another bonsai move to overtake Callie Anderson. And yeah, now Fitzwater is desperately trying to lap himself. He's got the pace, and at this point I would assume if it wasn't for all the shenanigans, he probably would have been a contender for the race win. As now Movadel goes through his teammate, and then Movadel again is a lap down. As Sloan has managed to put some gap between himself and Alford. As Fitzwater, Fitz, what are you doing? That was a bit close, but there it goes. There goes Fitzwater, overtakes Alford, but Alford actually he took it personally, and he's gonna dive on the inside. While the defender from Anderson, who's not a lap down, is on the lead lap, and Alford goes through Fitzwater, as does Anderson, and maybe Movadel, who's actually for position for Fitzwater. There goes. So Fitzwater is down in 10th, and Movadel up in 9th, and now Movadel is going to try to overtake Anderson and see if he can get himself lapped. Oh boy, that was a lot of action. But anyway, Sloan is...
That was a lot of action, and the leaders starting to build a small gap as they keep fighting behind him for the P2 at the moment.
Let's see what the gap is between Sloan and Alford, and oh no, actually no, never mind. Anderson actually overtake Alford, so Anderson up in 2nd place, but he's still half a second away from the free car, who looks super fast today, as Movadel deals with Alford, and this time is hoping to actually, at this point Movadel is going to try to not have Alford pull the same stunt that he pulled on Fitzwater, attack him almost as if he was on the lead lap, but no, right now it's not going to be. And they're slowing down. Do we have a caution? Yep. Ooh. Garrison stopped.
Yeah.
Garrison stopped on the apron. He's probably out. And yeah, there's a caution. So Alford
That seemed like a heavy hit.
I think that had to be it because yeah, that was it. And of course they're gonna pull into the pits, these guys, but yeah, Harrison is out of the race, and actually that we finally got some clean racing finally.
Yeah, very happy to see that it had to end, because it was very exciting and had some good battles.
Of course, we're going to focus on Tom Sloan, who I think I don't remember if he won the. I don't think he won the All-Star race. I think he won one of the heats for the All-Star race. The Southern State Shootout at South Boston. But I don't remember. Now we got 7 cars on the lead lap. One of them is Jeffrey Fink guy. Oh, shenanigans in the pits.
Each other.
Shenanigans in the pits, but it's not gonna slow down this man, as everybody is getting out of the pits. There's Fink is slowing down. I think that it's just slowing down because the apron is pretty slippery here in Texas. But anyway, and as the cars are getting back on the single file under the safety car, pace car, European. Let's take the replay to see what caused the caution. Caution once again. We are looking at Aubrey Gardner, the brand new owner of PS Motorsport. I've been seeing it time and time again. And check this out. There's Jonathan Harrison stopped in down the apron, and boom! Gardner cannot avoid Harrison. Gardner crashes into the 44 car. Immediate damage to that car, and unfortunately, he was near the pits, but unfortunately that hit was hard enough to cause him to retire. Actually, no, he's gonna do an entire lap. He's gonna skip the pits entirely. He's gonna do one lap with what essentially is a blown header. But yeah, that unfortunately is the reason why Aubrey Gardner called it quits.
We're on board with Gardner here, who is just simply driving as Carson as a failure, and he's unable to avoid him. As he hits him, he sadly has taken too much damage and it retired from the race.
The same kind of damage, if you remember, that caused Di Giacomo to retire from Talladega. But yeah, of course, a big shame for Aubrey Gardner, and at least he can take solace in the fact that this is going to be the last race where PS Motorsport are going to stay with no ratings, but still not exactly the way he wanted this small little era for the team to go. But since we're at it, might as well see what happened to Jonathan Harrison. As we're looking at Harrison, you might be asking what happened, and boom, the car just dies right there and then, and boom, there goes Gardner. And at this point, I want to know what happened to that car. Like that, Harrison just straight up blocked the brakes, so it must have been something catastrophic for that car to just stop like that. So yeah, that is the reason why Gardner retired, and also why we are under caution once again. But with that, let's go back trackside. And we're back live here at Texas Motor Speedway for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 400. We're coming out of the caution, and we're going green with the 20 laps to go. And the current top 10 is Tom Sloan, Avery Alford, Roberto Crown Jr., who at this point is 100% going to gain points on Nathan Stapleton. Then we got Ali Anderson Jr., Jeffrey Fengai. Then we got Reggie Fogelman, and that was the last of the late lap cars. Then we got Gary Movadell, Luke Evans, and Philip Torres, who are all a lap down. As for the DNFs, so also Aubrey Gardner joins in on the DNF list, but amazingly enough, Harrison is still on, is still racing. I mean, at this point, he's a lap down, so his hopes for win are pretty much dead and buried. But considering that we suddenly stopped on the at the bottom of the apron, we all thought that his day was done. But anyway, the pace car is going to pull into the pits any second now. There we go. Back on the green we go. 20 laps to go here left at Texas. And let's see. Crown is shaping for an attack, but no, he's actually going to stay behind the 43 car unless there's a single file. Anderson is actually trying for a team to move on the inside of Crown. Of course, Anderson is on the lead lap. These guys are on the lead lap, so no problem there. Little is going to the rear of the 20 of Alford is going to was lost second place and now third place away from Crown and Anderson. And now Crown is going on the hunt for Sloan. There goes Little on the inside of Alford, helped by Thin Guy. And Little is going to clear the place. He's going to take fifth place away, fourth place away from Alford. And Alford is going to block the door on Thin Guy to avoid losing another position. But Thin Guy is going, looks like he's going to set up a move again for no, he's going to say he's settled behind the 23 car. As you saw there, Crown Jr. takes the lead because Sloan went wide on the exit of 4. So Roberto Crown Jr. is the leader of the O'Reilly Bars 400. Apologies for that, and just pulled a safety gap on the 23 car, who has to do with Anderson.
Yeah, exciting start once again as Anderson is closing in on the top 3. The top 2, and might soon make a move towards P2 as she's closing in now into turn 1 and 2, and already might set up a move coming into turn 3 and 4, and she goes for it on the inside, and she goes past the 20 of the 20 goes past the 43 car.
Anderson at the second place and now is on charge for Crown, as Southern Thin Guy is still dealing with Alford, as Little has pulled a bit from Fogelman, and Fogelman is the last car in the lead lap, so whatever these guys behind him are doing is not going to be of any concern, as Movedel goes through Bryce Egan for 8th place. Is that Justin Perez is in 10th. There, Thin Guy is going to the free car. He's going to move. There goes Anderson for the lead on Crown Jr. and Anderson got it. Anderson is on the lead. Anderson is in the lead into the backstretch.
Yes, very nice to see. Very, very nice. Amazing move.
Anderson is in the lead while Thin Guy is still trying to set up a move to overtake Alford. Let's see if they're going to be on the back. No, Alford is Thin Guy took an awful exit off of the turn 4 and the main straight. That's going to allow Alford some breathing space. In the meantime, Crown is not going to let this possibility of getting their second win slip away, as Alford is closing in on Tom Sloan. And there's Ryan Little and Reggie Fogelman, and then this is Perez, and is Bruno. Oh, okay. Oh, that would be what the first result for Bruno in a little while actually. If Bruno can stay in 11th, unless Luke Harris and Philip Torres have anything to say about it. Let's hope they don't. As Torres is setting up the move, trying to set up the move on the inside of Evans for what will be 12th place. There goes Fitzwater on the inside of the Ford. Can Fitzwater make it stick? No. Alfred Torres has the better line, so no ties, at least not for now, as Movedel has catched up to Fogelman, but again, Movedel is left down, so no concern for the winner at Bristol, as they're going to go with 11 laps to go. Anderson still leading, followed by Crown. At this point, Crown is just waiting for Anderson to make a mistake to pounce.
The 20 and the 37 of Roberto Curran Jr. are pulling away from the field, looking like they got the pace at the moment. As 23 is making a move on the inside of Tom Sloan, and he gets passed into P4.
And Alpha
And
clears
he's now up to P3.
And Alpha clears for P3. Thing guy is there. There's Momadel trying to overtake Fogelman. He came super close. He almost got the crash actually. But again, no concern. I mean, Fogelman should just let Momadel go because Momadel is lapped down, so he's not gonna lose anything if he does. Except for if anything, Fogelman could gain a draft partner. And because Ryan Little looks like, because Ryan is looking, he's not getting is not gonna get any close to Ryan Little, I would assume. Actually, no. Maybe I'm being wrong. Actually, no, he's actually closing in without Momadel, so never mind. As Momadel tried to get on instead of the 95 car, the winner of Bristol, as we stated. And now we might have a battle for third place actually, between Sloan, Alfred, and Fengai. And yeah, Anderson is almost a second away from Crown, and 2 seconds away from Crown is 2 seconds away from Alfred. Alfred was pulled away from this leading duo as Fengai goes on the inside of Sloan for fourth place. And Fengai, can Fengai clear him? Yes, he does. Fengai out in fourth place, and there goes Ryan Little, but Sloan is going to shut the door on the Allen 75.
Sloan really falling back at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has the pace he might have had at the beginning of the race, but let's see if he can potentially fight back. As Little is very much on the back of him, trying to set up a move on from Sloan.
Of course, Little has to watch himself from Reggie Fogelman, who is a lead lap car. In the meantime, Crown has catched up to Ali Anderson. We might have a battle for the lead here, folks, but Crown has got to make it. Is going to do their moves now because there's only 7 laps to go. Actually, no, 6 laps to go, because that will be 5. Okay, yeah, sure. And they're gonna go through Denny Johnson. Who, I'm not gonna say anything because it's one of my drivers, but I have some feelings about Johnson right now. But in the meantime, Fengai is close to the rear of that 23 car. Can make a move. There goes. He's gonna move into frame for third place. Gonna be so close to the backstretch. And can Fengai make it out? Can make it stick into 3 and 4? And Fengai looks like he's got it. Can he clear? Yes, he does. Jeffrey Fengai up in third place. But at this point, I would assume it's too late to catch these two guys.
Yeah, and it looks like Anderson is pulling away now. I wonder if they potentially got held up by that lap car, as they seem to be the class of the field at the moment.
Anderson with just 3 laps to go is going to cross the line to make it 2 laps to go. Actually, no, 4 laps to go. Now 3 laps to go. Apologies. But now Anderson has to deal with a bunch of lap cars in William Ayers. Blake Keys completely missing his rear panel, and the 57 and the injured car of Joshua Neely. Let's see. That's gonna deal. Anderson's gonna deal with William Ayers, and easy peasy. There it goes. That's gonna deal with a teammate, and Keys is going to make it very easy. Actually, that was actually surprisingly easy for Anderson. And now Crown has got 2 cars ahead of them, and now he's got 3 because Anderson has gone past Joshua Neely.
Now it looks like clean sailing to the finish as Leto is trying to get his way past Tom Sloan. It looks like he's gonna do it on the backstretch and into turn 3 and 4 now.
And
he gets past on the exit.
Little just does that as Ali Anderson Jr. has taken the green flag. 1 lap to go. Into the backstretch she goes. You know what? You're gonna call this.
She goes into turn 3 and 4 with it over 1.5 second lead of Roberto Crown Jr. and she takes a checkered flag and she wins the Texas Grand Prix. Oh wait, that's European, but you understand what I mean. With a 2-second gap towards Roberto Crown Jr. in second. Oh, this is amazing to see. I'm very, very happy.
Jeffrey Finguy finishes in third. Fourth is Avery Alford. Fifth is Ryan Little. Then will be Tom Sloan. And then sixth and then seventh is Reggie Fogelman. Another great result for the Appalachia driver. But, and as you saw, Little and Crown did manage to clear all the lapped cars ahead of them. But, unfortunately for them, there was no laps left. And if they're just a bit more laps, I would think Crown would have definitely mounted up a charge. But that's not what happened. And Ali Anderson Jr. wins the O'Reilly Auto Parts 400. Second is Roberto Crown Jr. Third is Jeffrey Finguy. And then it'll be Avery Alpha, Ryan Little, Tom Sloan, Reggie Fogelman, Gary Mobidelli, Bryce Egan, and Justin Perez rounding out the top 10. And as you saw there, only 7 cars on the lead lap. Joshua Neely, Blaine Keys, William Mayer, Sam Oskan, and Anthony Nicol 2 laps down. Danny Johnson 3 laps down. And quite the retirement list with Aubrey Gardner, Troy Williams Jr., Bernardo Oliveira, Angel Gutierrez, Ward, Davidson, Haas, and Taylor. So that was an interesting race, wasn't it?
It was definitely something. It was a combination of Texas and Talladega. And it caused this, but even though the racing was not amazing, I'm happy our team has won the race, and it's nice to see a payoff for doing the ratings every week.
And of course, I'm pretty sure some guys can learn from that now, can they? But
some definitely can.
I say that, but Bruno and Danny are not doing great anyway. Even though I've been doing the ratings virtually every single week. I skipped 1 week, but that was completely unintentional. But that's besides the point. But yeah. And despite the fact that there were only 8 cars on the lead lap, that was still a very exciting race to the finish.
Oh yeah, it was definitely very close contested between the ones on the lead lap, as we saw plenty of overtaking, which surprised me, seeing how bad Texas normally is for racing. But we saw great racing when wrecks weren't happening, and I think it's better than what I expected once they got in a good green flag run.
And with that, let's check the championship standings. And yes, this time I'll have to remember putting the actual graphics, because as it turns out, as I think it was Alfred. He pointed out that I missed the championship graphics last week at Talladega, so I need to remind myself to put them. But anyway, let's check out the standings. And we're back here at Texas Motor Speedway for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 400 that has just finished. As for the championship standings, as we all assumed, Roberto Crown Jr. has extended their lead on Nathan Stapleton by 26 points. Third is now Andrew Williams, 32 points clear, 30 behind the checkered flag driver. Then we got Jeffrey Finguy, who now jumps up 2 places in fourth. Dane Davidson, Gary Mobidelli, Tom Sloan, Philip Torres, Troy Williams Jr., and Reggie Fogelman rounds up the top 10. And with that win, Anderson jumps up 5 positions, and now she is in 17th. And she's the biggest winner with the biggest losers being Troy Williams and Jonathan Carrison, who lost 4 places each. So, and, well, hold on a second. Yeah, Williams Jr. and Carrison lost 4 places each, so they're the biggest losers of the weekend. So, what else can we say about the race that we haven't already said?
Yeah, it was a very interesting race. Definitely better than I expected, because even though we had a lot of wrecks in the beginning, the racing was good. There was nice overtakes, good hard racing, with, for me, a satisfying end result. And but yeah, it was good. It was very decent.
But now, you know now we got another problem, because you know what the next race is?
No.
It's Kansas, and I still remember
Okay, guys, I'm not into the boot next week.
Yeah, because it's better because if Kansas this year is gonna be anything like last year, where we had like 50 overtime cautions and people were actually running out of fuel. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you really you don't want to be in the booth, because just you're gonna get a heart attack. But oh man, I am not looking forward to the race. I'm pretty sure nobody's looking forward to that race, considering what happened last year. But let's see what. And also because that race was super chaotic as well. But yeah, let's see what's gonna happen there. But for me and from Frank, that's all from Texas. This has been a special presentation of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series 44/7 Network. I'm Alex Vitale.
I'm Frank Coupers.
And we'll see you next time for round 13 of the championship at Kansas Speedway. So long, everybody, from Texas. Congratulations again to Holly Anderson Jr.
Bye-bye, guys.